Don't fuck up the bass, fam.
So recently Jamal Edwards come up to Manchester, checked for a lot of the Mancunian rappers, singers and artists. You guys got a video there on SBTV. How did that come about? Like, how did you get involved?
That's more us, Matt. But he come to me and showed me a little message from was it Makers Dave, and then I got added to the conversation, but he knew prior, so he can explain that.
I bumped into it, like I was telling Dave about Makers Dave, the stuff that I want to do and the music and what's going on, and he's like, okay, I'll give you a hello, I'll let you know what's going on. And then time went by and I just got a message saying, yeah, Jamal Edwards coming up. Showed him some of your videos and he said he's interested, he wants to meet you guys, blah blah blah. I was like, real?
Shout out to Dre Boogie.
I was like, oh, I appreciate that. Dre Boogie. And then I was like, okay, cool. So I don't know how to handle these situations because I'm not really good at it, so it mostly to the conversation. But we was just parlaying, sending back emails, sending links, and he's like, okay, when he comes up we'll give you a holler. And then he came up the day, I can't remember what day, I think it was a Friday. He came up and we went and shot the video. It was good. Like, he's a cool guy. Appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I mean, like, you know, they filmed it in South, and there was a big buzz at the time in the city of like Jamal Edwards being around. Like, do you feel like it was, you know, there's a buzz around one person and his channel? Do you think that it was justified, like in the sense where, you know, there's a lot of channels up in Manchester, and you know, there's other ways of getting recognition. Do you feel like it was a justified buzz for it, or?
Yeah, because you gotta take in hand what he has done. Do you know what I mean? Like, forget where he's from, forget what he's doing. For what he wanted to do in his dream, he succeeded, and now he's took it to another level. So to meet someone like that, that's just a regular guy, just like me or you. Yeah, mate, just chilling there, putting Osman on a platform, yet me bringing through people in other cities. That's just the next thing. So yet me hats off.
Again, what you're saying about with the links and networking, and anyone could have watched them videos, people that we don't know, and someone could see that and be like, yeah, them guys are onto something or whatever. So that's the networking thing there again.
So I mean, it leads me on to the next point really, which is like, you know, you're on a platform which is like a huge platform like SBTV, so there are loads of people watching, and you know, like, you know, say YouTube, there is a lot of YouTube gangsters, a lot of keyboard warriors, so like, how would you deal with any sort of critical comments that you get
I'd tell you what happened with that. Because at the time I was over in AVE for DJing, innit? And the video come out, so I was like, oh gosh, the video's out, SBTV. Boom. I've been playing at the time, but as time's going on, I can see the views piling and comments, and I'm like, oh gosh. So it must have got to like, I must have left it a day, and then I've gone and I've looked at like the comments, and obviously there was a few people, and the main, obviously on each video, all the videos you'll see a bag of people that will point out one thing, that will chat shit about something, and in this particular one, obviously it was the name Sleepy. Get me? So I'm seeing bare comments about, oh, Sleepy, such a shit grime name, what's this, rare, blah blah blah. To be honest, I started to go under, because I was thinking, wow, what's going on here? Like, bare man cussing out my name and that. Obviously there was the odd, you know, positive ones, but I'm just seeing the negative ones right now, because the set man is popping up.
So how did you deal with that, like the negative comments?
Do you know what? I was just at the time I was just happy that it was out there. You get me? And I watched it, and I was pleased with it. I weren't cringing, so I was like, all right. I got feedback off the close homies, and they were like, rare. I put it on Facebook and that, so the response was massive. Anyway, on my side of the things, but then it was like, I got onto Mac whilst I was over there, and messaged him, and I was like, yo, have you seen the comments about what these men have been putting? Like, rah. And then he must send me a voice note or something saying, rah, bro, don't watch them, you get me? Minor, you get me? We're doing our thing, we're there, just hating. Couple words, you get me? after I spoke to him, bro, I was live. Next thing you know, I've checked it again. All I'm seeing is lovely comments, left, right, and centre. You get me, pure support.
Because even like what you says, oh yeah, your name, what does that have to do with the music?
Yeah, I even commented, that's what I'm saying, like, Hipsy Humble, put a comment, and obviously, you know, you get the likes and the top comment comes up. That was the top comment, so there was people that agreed with me, and it was like, okay, he's done an alright thing here, you get me? And then, obviously, after a while, all the negative comments started to filter out because there was so much positivity. There was people that I don't even know just commenting and whatever, because like you don't see a lot of fresh talent from up north, like Manchester, like us. No one's used to hearing a voice like ours, accents like ours. So it's a whole new thing. And because recently we've been more orientated with like hip hop. We put out PBJW at the time. We jumped on a grime thing last minute, and it was like, wow, why not? Let's just take it back for him, give him a little something. But dealing with it, like at first it was like a massive speed bump, and then after a while it was just like, nah, why not? Please,
I mean, you know, I suppose obviously like these things come with, you know, not only social media but putting yourself out there in any sense. You're always gonna come face criticism, even with the, you know, the mixtape and putting it out there. Like, you know, I feel like you must have dealt with that in a quite a mature, like confident way. You know, if other than that, like negative feedback that you get, whether it be holding a mic in a rave or, you know, producing a beat. Or the new bars that you might be spitting, like how in general do you guys deal with criticism?
Whatever you do in the creative light, bro, you DJ, man spit, man make beats, people dance, you're always gonna get the good and the bad, bro. So you gotta find the balance of it. You get me? It's always
gonna like
that's why I always say when it comes down to the team or the music or myself when I make a beat, from when I'm happy and it's a nice beat or we make the tune, I'm like, lads, what do you think? Yeah, it's cool, because you're always gonna get a good or a bad response. So as long as you know you're crisp with it, you keep rolling through. That's what I feel. Like
one thing I've said is like, you don't have to like what we're doing, but appreciate the graft that we're putting behind it. Like, as long as your criticisms don't fall behind the graft that we're putting in, it's cool. You don't have to like what we make or that. Not everyone's gonna like it. You just knock it on the head, because I'm sure there's 1,000 things I can find about you that I can point out. But I'm not gonna do it. Do you know what I'm saying?
And the time you're there making that comment, you've listened to something.
That's what I'm saying. They're taking that time out.
And then give feedback.
You know, some people just want to make your day is worse as theirs, so they'll just give you that little.
That's why I say, feedback, not good feedback or bad feedback. Like, feedback is good, like regardless, because you're getting something back. They've took their time to formulate a sentence or something and say it back to you about something you've worked on or created. So it's like, cool, thank you.
So I mean. Yeah, I mean, like
you said, but thank you.
Former G's, chicks open up to me, I can relate to a key. Open up sesame, I wear her out like a T. Lada dum, lada D, I'm on a buzz like a bee. I'm crazy with the style, get me angry, I smile. Only certain people know I'm off the wall like a towel.
You guys must spend, obviously you spend a lot of time creating music and creating packages and, you know, designs, logos, working with a lot of people. Like, how sustainable is it for, like, you know, musicians, whether it be full-time, part-time or whatever? Like, how sustainable is it? How do you guys keep going, whether it be mentally, physically or monetarily? Like
comics, milkshakes, comics,
Snickers,
Maxine, vinyl,
honey roasted peanuts,
the homies,
strawberry nourishment,
comics, Batman, Street Fighter, the homies,
MJ.
Nah, like, you just gotta keep that.
It's very simple. It's the love of the graft. We love music. We want to be doing that, not just because we've got ulterior motives and we want to be fucking like all the rich and all that, whatever. That's just the bonuses, but we enjoy doing it. So it's like it's just natural to us. So we just do it because
that's why you got all the skits
we ain't gonna get where we ain't gonna get where we want to go if we don't. Just
do the work, like,
do the work, you know what I mean? Otherwise, we just sat back doing nothing. And
and then the story starts once you start making beats or you start doing the craft. So, man, at 4 pages in, it's like, okay, so how many pages can you do until you got a book or a story, and then you've got a package in itself there, innit?
Yeah, true. But I mean, like, obviously, you know, you can love doing something, but sometimes it can be a hindrance. And so, you know, for anybody else within the position where you know they want to do something and it might not be as easy for them, how do they continue on? Like what you?
Do you know what?
Yeah.
One thing I'd say,
sacrifice.
One thing I'd say is we're blessed with time. You get me? And time management plays a heavy role in that. You get me? Everyone's got their own lives to deal with, plus the passion that you want to follow.
Yeah, of course.
So, yeah, sure.
So it's how you balance them out. So you can be dealing with stuff. It's just with how you deal with it, and then if you really want it, you'll make time for that. Do you know what I mean? If someone's trying to sustain and they're finding it hard and they just end up falling off, that just goes to show that they didn't really love it as much as they say they did. Do you know what I mean?
You get the same feeling every time, like when you make a beat or we're managing a studio or you make a tune or people are moving or someone's giving a response. It's that same feeling, and if it's that same feeling every time, like it's more genuine. You know, like if you're doing a job or you're doing something you don't like, you'll do it for the beat, for the money, or because you got to, or blah, whatever. But then after a while, it would just be like, why am I in this? But it's never that, like when man hit the studio or start making a beat, it's always that same feeling.
Look how long we've been making music for. Everyone, how long, when you get involved into something, how long you do it for. Like, been doing music since like high school days, when I'm in the playground, spitting my 1-2 little bars, going with my dad playing with my 3 CDs, playing a couple tunes, you get me? But it's like still doing that now, and I'm not where Jay-Z is. I'm not Illuminati, man, soul and body, you get me?
You ain't sold yourself just yet, yeah?
I ain't sold myself just yet.
Never.
I'm there, and I still enjoy doing what I'm doing, you get me? So
passion,
plays
a big part for you guys.
It's the passion.
Yeah, and knowing the people you're working with, like, in that same thing, because man have a passion, but if man didn't gel the way we did, then we wouldn't be producing the work we did.
It's funny you say that. We explain that, we answer your question in a track on the mixtape. Do you know about that?
What track is it?
For the Love.
Okay.
You have to listen. You have to listen.
Listen. Links up nicely to the video I'm about to say. Now hear this.
Rules everything around me, so we'll be abiding by the queen, not abiding by the law. Bless G, little more, pour a little bit of Henny for the people in the floor. Just
I don't think you should do any more of the tune. I think you should really leave it like that, and just end it there. And that's the tune how it is.